Well, the tense overpass went the way of its picker. GODSENT got their map pick. Pressure back onto the DomiNation as we head to Inferno, a map that had tremendous success against NIP on earlier today, but this time, well, the pistol starts with an early pick, doesn't end yet. Starts with an early pick onto Badito by Rusty Dean. Big man advantage to find as well. Allows them to settle back into their respective sites. Confidence in this three-man B stack is immense right now. TR's got a smoke in play to force the hand of the T side. Doesn't always work as intended on pistols. Can lead those blocks jumping through. But we'll see how it pans here. Smoke goes, and indeed, through come the Glocks. The Julies of Plotski up close. He's had a little bit of trouble reining these in, but ZTR through the smoke has found a huge double, and very swiftly, this one is absolutely decimated. Just the start GODSENT needed, Dean.
Yeah, won't lie. I'm a little bit out of breath. I'm running back up the stairs. But yeah, strong start from DomiNation. Got there in time to see them lock that down, and if DomiNation again probably doubting themselves now here in the early stages, as this was not something they have to deal with in their game versus NIP. They won all 6 of the pistol rounds. Even then, Inferno was a pretty close affair. So we'll see now, fighting in from behind with their backs against the wall. It wasn't something they had to do too much in the first series. Will they be able to step it up when needed? Draken with already 2 kills in towards second mid, flashed over the apartments, I believe. So a little bit of support from his team. And this is the full investment as well. They went straight into the Tech Nines and the Kevlar, and it doesn't seem like it's going to have a lot of success unless they find a bit of a miracle. Oh, Rusty.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit of a miracle. MSN able to grab an early kill, and Draken's low HP in this angle as well, so he's got to be very careful. He's screaming for the support of the MP9. The flashbang over the top is good, and the USP will convert. For a split second there, it gets a little sketchy, but at this point should be smooth sailing. It is the MP9 that goes down. The M4s will be recovered, so not the end of the world for the CT side. Draken's early double kill really did just gut the plans for DomiNation. You know, when you buy up that heavily, you've got a preset play in mind, and it doesn't involve getting 2 of you mowed down in second mid in the opening seconds. So a nice little counterplay opens up an opportunity now with the full eco to follow. A handful of HEs, flashes, P250s invested into. Got to imagine we'll be seeing a nade stack. Maybe a cheeky play to try and grab a kill. MP9 still in the hands of Plotski and Rusty. Sticking it out with the tech. As, well, GODSENT were hoping to get away with one here, hoping to be a little cheeky and make back some of that cash. Instead, they have gift wrapped an M4 over towards this T side, and with the Tech 9 rotating in, Plopsky on low HP, this still could get sketchy. Yeah, there's a ton of dink damage, but luckily the HEs of Rusty and Joel come in just as they look to swing into the M4A1 of Draken, who's having a rough time reeling that spray in. And GODSENT, well, there's a good amount of damage done by DomiNation, but unfortunately, it's the Tech 9 and the MP9 that are actually going down. The M4s are all saved across, so at the end of the day, as sketchy as it looks and as dodgy as it looks, GODSENT aren't really going to be fussed about that at all.
Yeah, and also having a look here, GODSENT are pretty 50-50 on this map. Pretty solid on both the T and the CT side. DomiNation, on the other hand, they're very T-sided, which is kind of surprising. But it does mean you want to see them getting going early on this T side. Ideally, as the up battle is about to come in, and well, it doesn't quite land, but it serves as a distraction for Joel, who looked like he was probably going to have the 2 kills there, but no, Aaron spins around while blinded and manages to take that trade at the very least. So a 1-for-1. DomiNation should be pretty happy with that. Good position for Rusty, though. There is a player who could creep behind them if he went into the apps right now.
Timing of it may well decide things. Draken through the smoke has dealt with Aaron, though. Another big pick. Man advantage is back, and well, that apartments fight is starting to pan out, but it goes out in favor of Rusty. The kill that was potentially going to reroute things back towards that A site instead goes the way of the CT side, and at this point you can see DomiNation just a little short on ideas. Going to work their way up mid. See if there's maybe a fight to be taken, but At this point, the CT is playing relatively passively from within the site itself. They know they've got a 2-on-2 wherever this T side looks to head. So just a matter of playing your angles, playing your trades. And indeed, Rusty on the off angle out of the apartments should be able to clear this one up without too much concern. Has Draken potentially on the rotation. The timing could be a little off, a little awkward. Rusty's having none of it. Double spray down connects. Fourth on the board for GODSENT, dealing with that buy handily. Another half buy to follow, but already GODSENT off to a flying start here on Inferno.
Yeah, pretty smooth sailing here so far. I mean, they had a couple hiccups early on, but that previous round now they've started to build up a bit of economy off the back of it as well. And DomiNation, unfortunately, aren't really able to get the full buy to keep on challenging for now. It's Pistols and Kevlar once again. We did see success with the weaker weapons a few times in the previous map, so not to count them out previously. If there's any map where you can do it as well, it would be Inferno. Lots of close range positions for those pistols to succeed, but early on anyway, utility down, it's nades that does a bit of damage, deep smokes on Banana as well to keep the control away from DomiNation and ensure those pistols can't get close and personal. Although in the meantime, they've got out and towards mid and taken brackets control.
And it's the kind of position from which you really can springboard attack into this A site. Fortunately, Plopsky well positioned in towards the archers, playing the angles well. The Molotov to follow up, and whilst one player will get past it, it does split the offensive. Draken wants to work his way back in towards that angle. Does know there's a player somewhere close, though, which always makes it a little dangerous for the AWP. Does well to deal with it. Remaining three looking to get something going up towards short, but very quickly stripped back. And GODSENT putting on a little bit of a clinic up against the pistols there. Picking them off at the edges, doing very well to do so. 5-0 up as the rifles come out again for DomiNation. And we're getting to that sort of stage where we need to start seeing some signs of life from DomiNation. Otherwise, this one, well, it won't be too long until it really starts slipping away.
Can happen very fast. This game could be over before DomiNation even realize what has happened if they don't start waking up real soon. Now up on the T side, it is usually pretty optional. Side against it for now. MSN happy on the AK. Takes so much damage from the nades, as does Camion, but they still somehow come through with the initial 2 kills. Coolio up Banana with some success gives them hope. The nade in return, that might just get the finish. It's 2 of them that Rusty takes to the grave. MSN and Coolio gone. Camion already dinked up. Aaron not looking too healthy on 63 either. And what was a decent start to the round for DomiNation, unfortunately slipped away pretty fast in a hectic return.
Yeah, Rusty just has to stay alive here as well. Look how much utility there is available. Molly goes out. It's an awkward spray from Rusty though, and it doesn't quite land. Into the 2-on-2. There's still a ton of time on this clock as well. DomiNation don't have to rush this at all. They can bail out entirely, and that's the call. Fast down mid now, and it's on Draken's timing. This rotation could well decide how the round pans out. He's got utility. He's got a little bit of time to get that AWP set. Puts himself on the angle, picks off the first on the cross, goes back for more and nails it. Through the barrels, he finds Camion. Rescues round number 6. The aggressive positioning very nearly fails miserably, but Rusty's HE and Draken's AWP getting all 5 kills between the two of them. Nabs a 6th for GODSENT. And again, it's down to the half buy for DomiNation. Again, it's back to the drawing board to try and find a play that works, because at the moment, GODSENT are up to every challenge they're throwing at them.
I mean, I want to say it's still early days since it still feels like that, but the scoreline's very quickly spiraling out of control. So much nade damage again. This time, though, DomiNation get a little bit in return. So that could give those pistols a chance for some success.
This is a tough angle for Draken to take as well, with the boiler player swinging out behind it. Quite often pre-fired. Tough fight. Misses his first shot. Now he's going to be run down. Molotov goes out in good time. Buys a little bit of space for Draken. Plenty of options available. Looks to work his way in towards the library. Call for the rotation to support. This A site, though, looking like it is going to be crunched on. There's only a couple of players inside of it to do anything. Draken, corner of the smoke, catches Camion. A big pick on the in-transition player. takes a little bit of that pressure back off of the site itself, but MSN looks to ramp it right back up. An awkward spray from Rusty, and he goes down. And suddenly these pistols are looking to get it done. The support lines are so far away. Aaron deals with Joel, and now with 2 players in the mini pit, ZTR, he knows he's got them locked out for now. Needs to use the smoke, though, to get inside of the site itself. Molotov onto the plant. Doesn't catch the man. They know he's escaped relatively, but where does he go next? It's round the edge of the smoke. Plopsky finds him 2-on-2. That smoke still gives them cover for this bomb as well. They've got kits. They could just stick this defuse. They know there were men in towards the mini pit, but do they know they're both there? The second keeps his head ducked. Aaron buys as much time as he can, but it's not going to be enough. Another man comes up just short. 4 HP short of the clutch. It's a triple kill from Plopsky against the pistols, and it keeps GODSENT undefeated on the CT side of Inferno.
Heartbreaking. Aaron put in a triple kill of his own as well, but it just wasn't enough. They fall just short, as you said, with 4 health between them and finally around on the board. Instead, GODSENT are nearly halfway to the finish line already. And it barely feels like we've started. This time they decide to pull the op out on MSN at the very least. Considering GODSENT have been playing pretty damn aggressive, I would say it's definitely a viable option right now. Let's see. At TR, they've been getting naded around that corner quite a few times, so he doesn't want to stick around, just drops his own utility, does a little bit of damage, ensures that DomiNation, despite the fact that they've taken this banana control, did pay a small price for it at the very least.
Yeah, they're, I think, leaning in the way that they got that control relatively freely when they played against NIP, right? The initial nades went down, but after that there wasn't much. They're playing around the idea that they can take it. And it's costing them damage a lot more than it did against NIP. Bracket control then to be taken on the pop. And interestingly, GODSENT have moved into a 3-man B lean here. Plopsky has dealt with the lurk, though, so the rotation back can come through swiftly. And it can come through just in time because Draken's picked off 1 and they're looking to try and fight this A site. Rusty's worked his way into the library angle, though, and the 2 players inside of the site still stand resolute. Rusty swings, it's a 1-for-1, but it should be good enough. Baits him right into the crosshairs of ZTR. And for MSM, we saw some big clutches against NIP. This would be another league still. Not to be. Draken puts him down. GODSENT up onto 8, and I mean, we could have done with a timeout a few rounds ago. We could absolutely do with one now. And there it is. Spoke it into existence.
Yeah, as you said, though, I would have liked it maybe even at like a 4-0 scoreline. This should have been more their second pause at this point coming out, if anything. 8-0, I mean, we knew this was possible. I said at the beginning of this best of 3 that GODSENT had won 9 of the last 10 games they played on Inferno. And even the one that they'd lost, it was to OG and they had only beaten OG, so it was kind of like they had a win and a loss. They traded it, so they're clearly a very, very capable Inferno team. DomiNation thought that after what they'd done to NIP that they'd come in and maybe walk all over them, but no, as you said, NIP were playing a very different style of Inferno, how passive and such they were. The pressure was never put on. DomiNation just aren't being given the same freedom to work with right now. And the individuals are not clicking on the same level. That's very obvious.
Question is, can they spin it round? Can they find a way to break through what's been a resolute defense from GODSENT so far? Grouping up here. Trying to wait out some of those early nades, work their way into brackets control. The MAC-10 leads the charge. We'll be given that initial control. GODSENT again trusting the 3-2. Not too interested in stealing a rotation away just yet. Happy to work around the positions and utility thrown by the T side. That shallow smoke towards the library forces Draken to reconsider. And, well, there's players headed his way, but he's up for the first, up for the second as well. Swings right back in, looks for 3, can't quite find it. Coolio will find his man, but the trade is almost instant. ZTR was oh so ready for that, and Plopsky through the edge of his smoke finds 2 more. GODSENT, a little bit of a clinic being put on at the moment on that CT side. They are looking hot to trot. And, well, DomiNation just don't seem to be able to match that pace at the moment.
I think they'd settle for having them in their view, let alone matching pace at this point.
Yeah.
Seems unobtainable right now as they're down 9-0. second tactical pause as they start to chain some of them together. At least they can chain something together. It won't be rounds. One moment.
9-0. It's a pretty spectacular result. Unfortunately, we are having some technical production issues, so we are going to have to look at our ugly mugs for just a little while we get those fixed and sorted out. But 9-0, I mean, for GODSENT, it's a dream come true. The second map, it really is a complete change of the picture. As we get back into the action up against the half-buy, it's a complete change to the last time they faced DomiNation. Tech 9s and Eagles, all that will be brought forward into this one, and maybe a fast-paced play to try and take some of that pressure on Banana, but again, the HEs ring through. Again, the early tag damage is significant. 2 players brought down. They want that Banana control, and the CT side seem a little unsure on their rotations on this occasion. The third will start to cheat its way over towards B as Draken does get the early pick. And again, Hot Flash looks to be lined up, and they're going to push straight back in on this issue. They're going to confirm that this portion of the map is wide open. Draken's going to go one better and pick off the lurk. So this round has been gutted again. As the T side, you see them desperately trying to get something going. The steps have been heard. The Molotov goes down. Draken continues in this fine vein of form. His third against the Eco. ZTR strips away one more. And Aaron, well, he starts looking for some consolation kills. Draken having none of it, though. He is looking really 20-2, Dean. I've only just seen it.
Yeah. I don't know. He's on something else right now. Headshots as well with the up, just to be sure that no one's going to be left standing. Aaron's on 9, trying his best, but no one else has really woken up. This has been ridiculous. And again, DomiNation win like 61% of their rounds normally on the T side, or on Inferno. So the fact that they can't even get one on the board is, well, it doesn't bode well. Let's put it that way for how their CT side is going to go either, especially if they don't even have any CT rounds to play out. And it keeps up at this pace as ZTR goes on a mad one down mid. A little adventure. He only gets away with the 1 kill, but he does some damage on top of it. And with Joel's position, I don't think DomiNation are going to be expecting this. He should have the drop on at least 1. But they've gotten out mid in the meantime.
Oh, it's a sketchy fight, and Badito gets the better of it. An awkward angle to play. The headshot just about works out for Badito. Rusty has scrambled in as quickly as he can. There's a huge amount of damage on the board here. Draken's legged one up. A dink comes through from Joel. This is hugely convertible for the CT side, and as they find one, the bomb very nearly drops at their feet. Not quite to be, though, as Plopsky has to be careful on this angle. Can't afford to go down. Badito will start to punch those numbers in. Rusty tapping away, finds his mark, and it's on to Badito. One out that early fight, an awkward one against Joel. He got it done. Now he needs a 1v2. Utility starts to come in from the CT side. Look to clear the angles, the clip, as he finds the head of the first, and Plopsky is thrust into the 1v1. Low HP bars on both sides of the equation now, but it's Plopsky's headshot that comes out ahead. GODSENT are just unstoppable at the moment. Even the mistakes they make are well recovered. A triple kill from Rusty in the round. It's 11 on the board for GODSENT. They are stomping their way through this first half of Inferno.
This is not at all what I was expecting on Inferno. I thought we could have a close one, or at least a few rounds. Settle for 1 at this point. Let's see. Heavy on the early B presence from GODSENT. 3 players. We haven't really seen this from them yet, I don't think. There hasn't been a need for it. They've been handling it pretty well as is with just the 2, and while as Draken gets the initial pick in towards mid, that might prompt them up Banana, although they've shifted into a bit of a more normal stance at this point, sending Rusty back over. Just showing a bit of presence around Banana with that extra utility tossed down, and allowing obviously for some to be held onto on that bomb site. Good timing on the follow-up smoke as well.
Yeah, retake util's really nice. 2 mollies come out from DomiNation, starting to get a little bit crossed wires. Trying to stop the retake from coming in. Flashbang ready to be set on the angle. Aaron goes ahead of it, gets 1. But the trade is quick. And again, they're going to try and back out of this one. Draken is in a rough spot here. This is a one-and-done angle if I've ever seen it. He will manage to escape, though. Gets back to the relative safety of sight, uses that to his full advantage, picks off 1 early now. Looking to play around the boxes, bait them into the crosshairs of his fellow player, Rusty. and it works out beautifully. Draken picks up a couple. Rusty picks up the lone player who tries to swing the other side of the boxes. 12 are on the board. The economy breaks for domination again. I mean, I can't come up with enough superlatives. Draken 23-3, Rusty 15-5. I think Plopsky 11-1. It says just about everything you need to say. GODSENT have just had one of those games where everyone turns up to the show, and it's just to the detriment of domination at the moment because there is nothing they can seem to do to match it.
Yeah, except for Joel. Joel's just chilling. He hasn't been needed. Not even his fault. Draken's just getting all the kills. He's just hasn't had a chance really to kill anyone. We're only 12. We're only on the 13th round also, so it's not like he should have tons of kills. It's just being that fast and uncontested from domination as Plopsky goes down banana. There's a player in on the close right as well that he doesn't quite expect, so the trade comes back in and Aaron mows down 2. Okay, easily the best position we've seen them in so far. Unfortunately, he tries to move off it a little bit too quick. Rusty had already rotated in, and well, with a trade going down, a molly in place to stop them from pushing as well, it forces them back over towards A, where Draken's just posted on the up. Joel's ready for this mid push as well as he plays in the corner, and well, the timing worked pretty well as he did get the drop on Benito, but it's just a dink for the moment.
Timing on this is everything now for Draken. How hard does he want to commit? What angle does he work? How long does he spend finding it? The AK's watching for the backstab, but he's not going to get it in time. Draken will just fade his way into the apartments. There's a couple of kills to be had here if he gets it right. There's the first low HP bar on the second, but Benito lightning quick on the reaction. Buys himself a 1v1 up against Rusty on 11 HP. No info on the last man's position, but he's got a good box to play around here. Wants to take the fight to him. You can't blame him. Knows he has to be proactive, but he goes with his back turn, too conscious of the possibility that that play was coming in from short. Another one, another opportunity passes them by. They're getting a lot done on the domination side of things. They are getting into the sites. They're finding ways, but every afterplant, every clutch, every critical moment just seems to be going against them.
Yeah, I don't know what to add on top of that, honestly. It has just been absolute destruction. It's an ironic name, really, when a game goes like this. Domination. No up, it's all
fun name to have when it's going this way, is it?
No, not at all. Well, does Aaron have more kills than the rest of his team combined? It's a bit of a rough one. Draken nearly caught off guard, but even then domination can't get the kill when it's basically handed to them on a platter, unfortunately. Spam does even more damage, and somehow he doesn't die. I mean, they're just unlucky at this point somewhat. Aaron gets one trade again over towards Banana. He's been effective in that regard, but it's never uncontested. They never get an advantage they can just sit with.
Yeah, every time there's been a response, hasn't there, a change up. This might be their best opportunity yet, though. ZTR is alone over towards B with smokes to cycle. But they're not keen on making the rotation, and with 3 B players here for the T side ready and willing to hit, if they can catch a nice timing, overwhelm ZTR, then the site becomes vulnerable. Draken has picked off the lurk, so at some point they should start to smell a rat, but ZTR under pressure here. As we will start to see that rotation. It's Draken making it first, the low HP player. They're going to try and phase through the smoke. It's a rough spray for ZTR, only the one. Half an angle in. The smoke is all that Draken needs, though. Takes the head off of MSN. A 1v3 after plant for Coolio to try and contend with. The flash is good. He knows there's presence coming from Banana, but the timings of everything, they're still up for contest. And he swings it, but he can't find it. Rusty locks it out, 14-0. We are well on for the flawless half here from GODSENT. One more round and they will have connected it again, just so clean. Even the mistakes they make, right? Even the small things, they're so quickly recovered, so quickly extinguished. The fire never really gets a chance to start burning for domination.
No, I mean, it's just been crazy. I was so impressed with them in the first series. I thought after a relatively close first map that they'd at least give us a good game here on Inferno, but it's not happening. It's the most one-sided game I've casted in quite a while. Oh, Joel pushed in for that angle on second. Mid has the op supporting him, making sure that there wasn't going to be anyone ready for the trade from bottom mid, and Aaron did actually get tagged up in his attempt to peek through, so it's not a good start once again for DomiNation. On track for 15-0 right now, GODSENT looking at the flawless half.
Well on their way to achieving it. Early man advantage in this one, a tag onto Aaron as well.
I was expecting them to randomly spam there and get the kill. It's been going for GODSENT.
It is just how this series has been, hasn't it? But not to be just yet. Problem is they've lost the banana control. They want to try and fight it. At least give the idea with these smokes that they are there. As of yet, though, not able to clear ZTR out of this close angle. They do have a molly on Aaron. Timing of that could be everything, but the timing on ZTR's swing is better. MSN caught, nade in hand. He swings for more. He gets a huge amount of damage. Finds his mark before Aaron finds the trade. He has been there time and again. Coolio tries for the miracle play out of the smoke, but it's a one and done, and now it is just Aaron. The one piece of this T side that has been firing. 15 and 14. Same number of kills as all four remaining teammates put together. And he will be asked to try and clutch up, to try and save face for DomiNation. 14 and 0. Can he make that first notch? Or will it be 15-0? GODSENT, a flawless half as we head to the break.
Never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you. Hold on. Hope you feel the same.
Well, normally we say the pistol is essential for different reasons. This game, if they lose it, it's over, Dean. It is not the easiest of places to come back from the DomiNation, but They are going to go for it with everything they've got. A fast play down banana called almost immediately. They want to take the fight to them. They've got 3 kills instantly. This is the way they had to start.
Well, they've most likely denied the 16-0 at least, unless ZTR and Rusty are able to pull off a 2-on-5 now, which, I mean, shouldn't really count them out considering how this game has been going so far. There's the initial kill. Second kill. This is unnecessary, boys. Completely unnecessary.
We're just going to start counting them now, yeah? Third kill. Nice dink onto ZTR, though. MSN
racking them up.
looking to right the wrongs. ZTR wants the headshot angle to make himself as difficult a target as possible. I mean, they've got util here, yeah. As they realise it, they start to try and flush their boys out, but MSN has found the mark onto Rusty, and ZTR, 12 HP, a 1v3 should be impossible, and is. First round on the board, DomiNation starting how they need to go on.
Wall bang him there.
Yep.
That was nasty. 15-1. Welcome. DomiNation have entered the building. Sided the Ginos in our Counter-Strike game. Aaron's on 16 and 15. And then 18 for the rest of his teammates combined. It really just shows you how things have been going for DomiNation. It's all pistols here though, and eco for GODSENT as you would expect. I mean, they don't really need to push the issue too much, and even then Draken still manages to trade that kill onto MSN. Not bad. It's an M4 that might be recovered in towards the apartments here, although I think they've gone for some counter-aggression to stop that from happening, yeah. Ensuring that they're not going to get anything out of this. They've also pushed Banana in the meantime.
Should be job done. Draken, the man who gets the first kill, last alive. Hoping that maybe somebody just overextends slightly. Gives him an angle, a shot to work with. An early dink on that P250 and then just enough spam. You will finish most players off relatively cleanly. Not being given much of anything though. DomiNation, I think knowing that this one, it has to be perfect. It has to be flawless. Those mistakes that you've been making and getting away with, they are no longer allowed. So they will just wait Draken out. Know that he has to die before the time is up. No need to overextend. No need to overplay it. Coolio gets his mark, second on the board, but this is where it's going to start getting interesting because this is where the rifles come out for GODSENT.
Yeah, no op for Draken for now, unfortunately, but he's still 28 and 6, so I'd imagine he's probably going to get something done with that rifle either way. Having a ridiculous performance. If he can hit a 30 bomb in less than 20 rounds, that would be nasty. Either way, he's been playing amazing. Rusty's having a good game too. It's just all coming together for GODSENT. Very clearly that's reflected in the scoreline.
Oh, and there it is. Early pick found by ZTR, and look at how they just disconnect from it. Knowing that the pressure is right back on this CT side, and look at the aggression they've called as a result. Camion all the way out of Banana and starting to work his way back up mid. The smoke, though, sort of gives the game away. ZTR knowing and seeing just a shoulder of an angle, the tiniest gap in that smoke, punished. As 4 becomes 3, and slowly but surely DomiNation are being felled here. GODSENT aware that with every kill that goes against them, there will need to be a reaction from DomiNation, and the reactions get increasingly big. They need to find the miracle, the moment. But Ito does find one. Molotov to go in, wants the follow-up, can't quite find it. Rusty's headshot is good. Joel finds one, and Coolio with his trade gives away the position to the last CT man on the server, the last bastion of hope for DomiNation. The bomb will go down on B. The smoke will refresh deep in towards CT spawn, and ZTR will lie in wait. The first of 3 speed bumps that Coolio is going to need to fly over if his team are to have any chances. Prefire gives his position away. His swing is punished. 16-2. GODSENT take the victory clean as you like. They continue their march in the upper bracket. And DomiNation, well, unfortunately for them, they do have to head towards that increasingly stacked lower bracket.
Yeah, having a look to see which game they'll actually be going into.